We got the NFL Week 11 matchups and predictions that I'm going to go over today. We got some really great games, some really great games that I'm looking forward to watching. So first matchup we got the hold on, no, I'm about to say the Bengals and Ravens. That was last week. We got the Commanders and the Eagles. Yeah, so the Commanders and Eagles, they played on Thursday Night Football. That was a pretty good game. I'm not surprised by what happened between that game. Like I said in my last video, the Eagles, they came out on top. They made the great plays when they needed to, and that resulted in a win. So let's see here. We got the next game. Let's go over the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. We got the 7-3 Ravens going against the 7-2 Steelers. So the past 8 games, Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, who was 7-1, throwing 22 touchdown passes and 1 INT. The Steelers, they always contain Lamar Jackson every single time they play. He is 1-3 against Pittsburgh, and he has totaled 4 touchdown passes and 7 INTs while getting sacked 20 times against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, they're finally opening AFC North play, and they'll do it with an offense that could give the Ravens fits with Russell Wilson at the helm. The Steelers are averaging 230 passing yards per game, 30.3 points per game in the past 3 weeks since Russell Wilson has taken over. The Ravens are allowing a league worst of 294.9 passing yards per game in addition to a 25.3 points per game. The Ravens, they could be without safety Kyle Hamilton, so that's something to look into. So I'm going to go and give my predictions for this game between Pittsburgh and in Baltimore. I'm going to give the edge to Pittsburgh. I see Pittsburgh coming on top. I think Pittsburgh is going to win this game 34 to 25. Pittsburgh 24, Baltimore 25. Next game, I'm going to get let's see here, Raiders and Dolphins. So I'm not really looking forward to this game. I don't really want to talk too much about it. But I think that the Dolphins can win this game. So the Raiders, they're going to go with Gardner Minshew. And let's see, Norv Turner, yeah, he did join the staff for the Ravens as an advisor. Let's see here. Let's see what else we got. Chop Robinson, Dolphins rookie linebacker Chop Robinson. He's recorded at least 4 pressures in his past 3 games. Chop Robinson, that was a really good pickup. He recorded a sack in each of his past 2 games. So that's all I want to talk about with that game. Let's see here. Well, let's see. There's some bullet points on these teams. The Raiders have not lost 6 straight games in a single season since 2014. So they started the season with 10 consecutive losses. Let's see here. But I think the Raiders is going to lose this game. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Let's see. Well, hold on. Let's just go and talk to Tagovailoa. What he has. He has averaged just 13.4. Oh, that's fantasy. I don't care about that. But anyway, let's go over to let's see what the predictions to this game. So the Raiders, I'm going to go with the Dolphins. The Dolphins are going to beat the Raiders. I'll say 27-10. I'll say 27-10. Dolphins 27, Raiders 10. I don't really too much care about that game. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Browns Saints. I don't really too much care about this game either. I want to give the edge to the Saints. I'm going to say the Saints are going to win this game. Let's see here. Let me think. The Browns are coming off a bye week, and they still have a really good defense. Coming off a bye week from the loss to the Chargers. New Orleans has completed a season-high 5 passes of 20 or more yards in last week's win over the Falcons. Let's see. Tyrann Mathieu recorded an intercept INT last week. Tyrann Mathieu, he's still underrated safety. Not too many people talk about him. I want to give the edge to the Browns. I'm going to say the Browns is going to win this game 25-20. I was about to go with the Saints, but I'm gonna say the Browns is gonna win this 25-20. I could be really wrong on this game. You know what? No, I have a feeling that the Saints is gonna win. I was gonna do a little upset, but I'm gonna say the Saints. I'm gonna say 25-20 for the Saints. Jets Colts. That's another game I don't care about. Anthony Richardson is starting this game, and Aaron Rodgers. I don't know about it. I don't know what to say about Aaron Rodgers, really, to be honest. But let's see here. In 5 full games Richardson played this season, Colts averaged 5.2 yards per carry, 142.4 rushing yards per game, and had 28 rushes of 10 yards or longer. The Colts recorded 7 of their 9 total rushing touchdowns in those 5 games. Running back Jonathan Taylor has 4 100-yard performances in just 7 games this season. The Jets, they missed 20 tackles in last week's blowout loss to the Cardinals. Because James Conner ran all over them. Devontae Adams, 51% catch percentage, is the second worst in the NFL since week 7 among pass catchers with a minimum of 25 targets. So, I mean, Devontae Adams, he could have just stayed where he was at, man. And he like I said before, it was really dumb that he left. But anyway, I don't want to talk too much about this game because this game is not exciting. I'm gonna give the edge to the Colts. Actually, I'm gonna give the edge to the Colts. I'm gonna say the Colts is going to win this game, 17-10. Yeah, 17-10. Let's move on. Vikings Titans. This game might be a little no. I don't. So I'm gonna give the edge to the Vikings. I think that the Vikings is going to blow out the Titans. I'm going to say that this game is going to be. Let's see here. I'm going to say 35-10. 35-10. We got the Packers Bears. This game be a little more exciting. I got, I still want to do a separate video on Caleb Williams, talk a little bit more about that. I got to find some time to do that. Probably will do it tomorrow. But I'm going to give the edge to the Bears. I think the Bears is going to give it an upset. I know I'm pretty much picking the Bears almost every single week to win the games, just like the Chargers. But because I thought about the other day, just because they're my Super Bowl predictions doesn't mean I have to. Well, Chargers, I honestly can make a case for the Chargers. The Chargers can actually, if there weren't for some mishaps, they could have really be undefeated right now for little mishaps and certain injuries. But I'm going to go with the Bears. I'm going to say the Bears is going to win this game. They have fired their offensive coordinator. Let's see how that's going to play. I don't really think that's going to make much of a difference because it's their head coach is the problem. Like their head coach, I mean, he doesn't seem very competent in what he's doing at all. And I said this before when we get into the season. I've said it before Caleb Williams was even drafted that my only concerns is that if Caleb Williams is going to be able to overcome his head coach. So this was always like an issue. This was always an issue. Like I said, like it's because you can draft all the great players you want, but if you don't have good coaching, man, it's just not going to help out at all. But I'm going to give the edge to the Bears. I'm going to say the Bears is going to win this game 27-26. I'm going to say 27-26. Jaguars, Lions. I mean, everybody and their mommy knows what's going to happen in this game. And the Lions are playing at home. The Jaguars are playing in Detroit. But this is any given Sunday. Anything can happen in the NFL. The Lions could lose to the Jaguars. They could. But I'm not going to pick the Jaguars to beat the Lions. I'm just not going to do that. But it is word on the street that if Doug Peterson loses this game, he's done. He's done. And, it's pretty sad because Doug Peterson is a good coach. I think he's a very, very good coach. It's his player. Like, this is the other way around. I mean, sometimes if a player is just bad or just has reached his peak, sometimes if he doesn't really have that dog in him or if he doesn't really have that work ethic in him, there's only so much a coach can do. There's only so much. I mean, and right now, Trevor Lawrence is not playing. So Mac Jones will make his second start. Mac Jones last week, he threw for 111 yards. He turned the ball over 3 times. He led the Jaguars to just 143 yards of offense, which was the 5th lowest total in franchise history, and they lost in Minnesota. But Brian Thomas Jr. will be back. But going back to what I'm saying, that Trevor Lawrence he's not good. And it looks like that Trevor Lawrence could lose his job. I mean, let me thought back on that a little bit. He's not going to lose his job to Mac Jones. But what I'm saying is that if the Jaguars get some competition in there, Trevor Lawrence should be fighting for his job, just like how Doug Peterson is fighting for his job. Doug Peterson is a good coach. It's just that the fact that it's Trevor Lawrence that's the issue. And he's just I've never seen Trevor Lawrence do anything remarkable since he's been in the league. You know, he's one of those quarterbacks that are very overrated, and now unfortunately he's going to get his head coach fired. You know, you gotta watch these games. Like I know what I'm saying about Caleb Williams. You know, he could great coaching, but we have a huge sample size of Trevor Lawrence. He has not done anything remarkable since he's been in the league at all. You know, the Chargers, they gave up that 27-point lead with an incompetent coach and a terrible defense, and they wanted to praise Trevor Lawrence for that, which Trevor Lawrence really didn't have anything to do with that, really. But, you know, that was kind of the only thing that the league can really praise Trevor Lawrence on. You know, he's never been in the top 5 conversation. He's never even been in the top 10 conversation, not from my understanding. I never put him in my top 10 at all. But it's whatever. And Trevor Lawrence is a bust. He's a bust. He's a disappointment. He's overrated, and he should be fighting for his job in years to come. He should. And I hope Doug Peterson, I think Doug Peterson will move on and find something better than coaching in Jacksonville, because Trevor Lawrence is just not it. Brian Thomas Jr. will be back in the lineup. We got Zadarius Smith. He's expected to be making his debut today after being traded from Cleveland. And so, yeah. So that's kind of all I have to talk about. But I'm going to go with the Lions winning this game. The Lions is going to blow out the Jaguars 45-7. Yeah, I'm going to say 45-0. I don't see Mac Jones even being able to score at all. 45-0. We got the Rams and the Patriots. This is going to be actually a pretty good game, man. My boy Jerod Mayo is actually coaching really good, man, with the personnel that he has on New England. Like, I'm not surprised at all. Like, I kind of figured I figured that Jerod Mayo was going to do a good job with them. He's sat under Bill Belichick for all those years. He knows the Patriots way. He's a really great defensive coach. He's doing an excellent job, and Drake May is looking like he's coming into his own. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford has thrown an interception in 6 straight games. He throws a lot of picks. I love Matthew Stafford, but that's ridiculous. It's the second longest active streak in the NFL. The Patriots defense has grabbed only 4 INTs all season, which is tied for 27th in the league. And let's see here. Yannick Ngakwe, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He was claimed off the waivers from the Ravens on November 8th and expected to make his Patriots debut with his primary contributions coming off as a pass rusher. So the Patriots defense had its best third down performance of the season last week. They held the Bears to a 1-14 success rate in hopes to continue that against a Rams offense that was 3 of 12 on third downs and last week lost to the Dolphins. The Patriots snapped an 8-game home losing streak against the Jets in Week 8. They're seeking consecutive home wins for the first time since November 2022. And Rams running back Kyren Williams who record 25-plus carries. This is a prediction. So Kyren Williams, let's see here. I don't know how many carries Kyren Williams is going to rush for, but I think he's going to have a pretty good game. But Kyren Williams, I think they need to start putting that offense through him and not through Matthew Stafford, even though I'm a huge fan of Matthew Stafford. But I think that, the teams that really establish a really solid running game, especially late in the season, I believe that those are the teams that's going to really go deeper into the playoffs. So I'm going to predict the Rams to win this game. I'm going to predict them to win this game. I think it's going to be a tight game. The Patriots could come on top on this game, but I don't think that they're going to win. I'm going to go with the Rams. I'm going to go with the Rams winning this game 23-20. I'm going to say 23-20. We got the Ravens and the Steelers. Oh, yeah, I already talked about that game. We got the Seahawks and the 49ers. Seattle and San Francisco. This is going to be a really great game. We got Seattle going into San Francisco. I'm going to get this edge too. Seattle is starting to pick things up. They are. They're starting to get a little better, to play a little better. They're playing like how I felt, what I always thought that they was going to be the team to be because of Mike McDaniel. I like Coach Mike McDaniel, but I'm going to go ahead and give the edge to And even though I said that the Seattle was going to start to pick things up, they still are losing a lot. I mean, they lost 6 straight games in playoff games to the 49ers by a combined score of 184 and 96. So, and the 49ers has always had this. They've always had this matchup. So, Christian McCaffrey, he did return last week for the 49ers. He's averaged 163 scrimmage yards per game in 6 meetings with Seattle and reached 125 in all. So, if Christian McCaffrey gets to 125 again on Sunday, he'll tie Jim Brown as the only player in NFL history to post 125 scrimmage yards against one team 7 consecutive times. And Jim Brown done that against Philadelphia. So that's pretty cool. So Brock Purdy is 8-2 in his career against division opponents. And he has a 76.7 QBR in those games against the divisional opponents. And that's the second highest QBR by any quarterback since the metric was introduced in 2006. Minimum of 10 starts. So that's pretty cool. So let's see. I'm going to go with the 49ers to win this game. I'm going to go with the 49ers to win this game 25 to 20. 25 to 20. Even though it will be nice to see the Seattle win. It would be nice to see Seattle come on top. But I think the 49ers is going to win this game. We got the Falcons and the Broncos. That's going to be a really good game. I'm going to give the edge to the Broncos. I think the Broncos is going to beat them. They're going to beat the Falcons, especially with the fact that the Falcons is at Denver. So I'm going to say this score was going to be, I'm going to give it 19 to 10. 19 to 10. No, you know what? I'm going to go with 22 to 10. 22 to 10. 22 Denver, 10 Falcons. We got the Chiefs and the Bills. This is going to be an exciting game again. Everybody's going to be looking forward to watching. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to stay undefeated. It's really disrespectful that the Chiefs are coming in there as underdogs. Everybody just wants to see the Chiefs lose. The Chiefs cannot be underdogs until they lose. Let me say that again. The Chiefs cannot be underdogs until they lose. They're coming off a Super Bowl win 2 years in a row, and they're undefeated the 3rd year. What team in NFL history has done that? Please let me know. So they should not be underdogs. They're showing that they know how to win. They're going for a three-peat. They're coming off a Super Bowl win, and they're undefeated. That's very, very hard for our teams to do that. It's very hard for teams to keep that momentum, to sustain that type of success in the NFL. I don't think people understand how hard it is to win games in the NFL. The Chiefs should not be underdogs. They just shouldn't. They're 9-0. The Bills is 8-2. The Bills is going to be 8-3. The Chiefs are going to come out as 10-0. They just are. So just keep that in mind. You know, I'll go over a little bit of storylines and stats to look into. 7 career games against the Chiefs, counting 3 in the playoffs. Quarterback Josh Allen has 16 TD passes, 3 INTs, and a QBR of 74. So he hasn't really had that much success. Against the Chiefs. So let's see. The Bills have won 5 straight games. Buffalo's plus 61 scoring margin during the win streak is the 3rd highest by any team in the NFL over that span, trailing only the Lions plus 91 and the Eagles plus 82. So I'm going to go ahead and give you my prediction. I want to say, I already told you that the Chiefs is going to win. I think the Chiefs is going to win this game. I'm going to say 30 to 29. 30 to 20. No. I don't think Josh Allen's going to put that many points up with the injury players, especially against the Chiefs defense. I think this game can end up being a blowout, to be honest with you. I'm going to say 30. I'm not going to predict a huge blowout, but I'm going to say 30 to 19. 30 to 19. Just because I just feel like the Chiefs going to feel so disrespected for coming here as underdogs. And I don't see Josh Allen single-handedly beating the Chiefs. I just don't see that happening. Not with their defense. We got the Bengals and the Chargers. So Everybody already knows who I'm going to pick on this game. The Bengals are not winning. The Bengals are not going to beat us. They're not losing. The Chargers is not. Chargers cannot lose this game. Will not lose this game. This is the Chargers' moment right here. This is our moment to prove to everyone that we are for real and that our wins are not flukes and that we are not the same old Chargers anymore. This is a whole new brand, whole new organization. The Chargers are not charging anymore. Not anymore. This is Sunday Night Football. I cannot wait to watch this game. It's going to be on NBC and Peacock. This is the game of the week. I believe it is. You know, some people are saying, you know, I think some people are saying Pittsburgh and Ravens game of the week, which I can't argue with that. But if I'm going to be a little biased here, I'm going to say, you know, be a little honest bias here. I'm going to go with the Bengals and the Chargers. I mean, everybody's going to watch this game too. I mean, come on, man. This is going to be an awesome game. You got Joe Burrow against Justin Herbert. You got two teams fighting for their own respectable rights, fighting to prove something to themselves. You know, we got the whole world watching. This is prime time, man. Come on now. This is you can't get any better than this. So let's just get it. You know, let's just go to the storylines to look into. Like we got Burrow. He has the 5th highest yards per attempt, 8.4 against those safety shells, split safety. So Joe Burrow, he keeps attacking the split safety looks and so the Chargers, they use the split safety formation on 58.1% of opponent dropbacks, the second highest clip in the league. The Chargers love doing that split safety, and they're saying that, and we're saying that they're saying that just Joe Burrow, he has the 5th highest against that. But he's playing against the Chargers though. The Chargers got one of the best defenses in the league. And one thing I think about the Chargers is that they know how to switch things up, man. They know how to switch things up. They're like, as long as we keep you from scoring, that's all we care about. So you can do everything you want in the middle between, you know what I'm saying, but you're not going to score on us. And the Chargers has a really good red zone defense. So our defense ranks 5th in the NFL in points allowed. Which, no, not 5th. I'm tripping. We rank 1st in the NFL with points allowed per game, 13.1. But we're going up against one of the best offenses. 6 most points. The Bengals are averaging the 6 most points in a game this year by 26.1. This is going to be an exciting game, man. I'm going to go ahead and give my predictions. A win for the Bengals would increase their chances of making the playoffs from 37% to 52%. And that's especially if Baltimore could lose because they're in the same division. But, hey, I'm going to go with the Chargers winning this game. I'm going to say the Chargers are going to win this game 30-19. 30-19. Let's put that Sunday Night Football. And then we got the Texans. Monday Night Football. We got the Texans and the Cowboys. The battle for Texas, huh? This game is going to be garbage. It would have been much more exciting if Dak Prescott was playing. This is a Monday Night Football game. They should have flexed this game, man. But it's whatever. I don't really want to talk too much about this game, you know, to be honest. But the Texans are averaging 119 yards rushing per game. You know, fueled by Joe Mixon, who was playing phenomenal this year. He has the 3rd highest average per game at 98.3. The Cowboys are allowing 152.1 rushing yards per game. So this means that Joe Mixon is going to run all over the Cowboys, and that's definitely going to be the case. Same thing with Matthew Stafford and Kyren Williams is what I was talking about. I think that offense needs to be ran by Kyren Williams. And they have another good rookie running back, came out of Michigan, Blake Corum. I think they need to start designing that offense a little bit more into that. Because Matthew Stafford is turning the ball over too much because they're throwing too damn much with him. They're just forcing him to throw. And it's not resulting in wins. Like you can throw all day long, but you're not going to win like that. So I don't like that Sean McVay is doing this. So they need to get this. They need to get that taken care of. But I'm not talking about the Rams anymore. But that needs to be the case. And same thing with Texans. I mean, you know, it looks like they're just throwing. It looks like some of these teams get bored with the running game and they just want to just launch the ball. You're not going to win like that. Sometimes maybe you can, but you're not going to win sustainably throughout the season, a long season like that. The running game wins you games, and the running game sustains your entire offense. The running game sustains your entire team. Your entire team just reacts. They have emotional reaction to the running game, and it shows the opposite team that you can't beat us regardless. You know where you're going to run, but you can't stop us. It beats teams down and it helps you to win. So the fact that Joe Mixon is playing really well like this year, I mean, they need to have that offense ran through Joe Mixon and not C.J. Stroud, and they're going to come on top. But this is going to be a field day for the Texans. So really, the Texans can do whatever they want on this game. The Cowboys are a disaster. The Cowboys is probably the worst team in the NFL. They're probably worse than the Panthers, to be honest with you. And yeah, this game is going to be a blowout. There's really no point of me even going deep into breakdowns in this game. I mean, Cooper Rush, he only averaged 1.96 yards per attempt last week against the Eagles. That's terrible. And the Cowboys has not recorded a single win at all this year at AT&T Stadium. And they're going to be looking to record their first win against the Texans. It's just not going to happen. They have had 3 home losses by at least 25 points, matching the most in team history. The Cowboys have not lost 5 straight games since 2015, when they finished 4-12. So what? They're going to do it today, on Monday. The Texans, they have 15 takeaways since week 6, which leads the NFL. But they produced only 3 takeaways over week 1 through 5. So their defense has turned the tables on that. I'm going to go ahead and give the game to the Texans. Obviously, I'm going to say the Texans is going to win this game 37-6. 37-6, and I don't really have all that faith in the Texans offense to score that many points, but I do have that much faith in the Cowboys just collapsing. And who's to say that the Texans is going to score all those 37 points on offense? They can score some of those points on special teams and on defense. I think it's just going to be that much of a disaster for the Cowboys. Like, I think there's going to be some defensive touchdowns, some defensive turnovers. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be probably even a couple special teams, touchdowns. It's just going to be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster for the Cowboys. If they somehow turn it around, kudos to Mike McCarthy. If they somehow turn it around without Dak Prescott, and this disastrous team, then kudos to Mike McCarthy, because, Mike McCarthy should probably get Coach of the Year for him overcoming so much crap. And he just turns it around like that. We're dealing with Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is the main reason why the Cowboys suck. As long as Jerry Jones is their is their owner and GM and head coach, the Cowboys are always going to suck. Mike McCarthy is not the head coach for the Dallas Cowboys. He just has that label. He's not the head coach. He's not. I mean, so that's why they're not winning. I like Mike McCarthy. I think he's a good coach. But the fact of the matter is that the Cowboys are the only team in the NFL that has their owner, general manager, and head coach the same person. They're the only team in the NFL that has that. And really, I guess the only team in NFL history. And it's been like that way for a very long time. That's why they'll never go deep into the playoffs, and they'll never go to the NFC Championship. They'll never go to the Super Bowl. They'll never win it for as long as Jerry Jones is alive. So, Cowboys is a cursed franchise for right now. Anyway, that's it for all I have to say. I give you my predictions. I'm going to come back with my Sunday night recap after the Chargers and Bengals game. We're going to see how excited I'm going to be on that game. Oh my God, this is a good game. I cannot wait. I'm going in, working tonight, that game also. So I'm really excited, really looking forward to that. But yeah. Hey man, I thank you guys all so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. And I know I need to do better by posting these videos. I got to be more consistent with this. I'm running three different YouTube channels. I'm creating my first product from one of my businesses called Growth, GROW plus T. The plus is the augmented symbol of an augmented U. So I'm creating that vision for growth is that we see a world one day where everybody is waking up and diseases, illnesses, sicknesses is not a threat to mankind. We want to build resilient, augmented bodies of you, versions of you, for you to be able to withstand or combat any diseases. So if you even have a disease, that my vision is me creating products to build a real strong, resilient, powerful body that you may have the disease, but it doesn't matter. It won't kill you. It won't. It would just be like it's not even there, and you can live a very, very long, sustainable life with that. Or you know what I'm saying? So even there are some medications or vaccines out there that already has that for certain types of diseases, but I'm talking about all diseases known to mankind that they cannot affect you at all. And also, if you don't have the disease, that you will never get it. So it's like it's building resilient, augmented, powerful bodies. You know, so that's something that I have been doing, like working on and designing, and I've been working on, you know, my building that brand of growth, because that's what our long-term vision is. And so I created my first product, digital product, PDF file that you can buy off Etsy, and it just goes into detail and explains in a very visceral way of what the whole vision of growth is. So I'm just selling that digital product for $4.99, and if you want like an actual physical copy, I'm selling it for $9.99 in that laminated form. But yeah, that's what I'm working on that YouTube channel, working on that product, that business, that brand. And you know, everybody already knows about my other YouTube channel, the personal one that I talk that I go deeper into stuff like a higher developed view and you know, how chasing the highest version of yourself, and you know, and I talk about that on my personal YouTube channel, Dante Tapians. But that's all I gotta talk about right now. Just giving everybody a heads up of what I'm working on, what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm gonna be more consistent on posting these videos per day. Actually, I mean, I post them every week. I probably post like videos on the all day channel like every other day, but I want to be consistent on posting them every single day, especially throughout the football season. So that's what I need to be more consistent on doing. So I'll be back tonight, you know, talk about Sunday, to talk about the games and go a little more deeper to the games, talk about that, especially, you know, tonight's game with the Chargers and Bengals. I'll be right here talking about that after the game. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know how you feel about the predictions. You know, let me know how you feel about everything I talked about in this video. You know, give me some shout outs, or you know, we can get to some deep conversations in the comment section. I love talking about football. Football is my passion, man. It's my strong passion. So hey, I can talk about it all day. Thank you so much. Take care.